Yep, it's that time again. Let me quickly, ever so quickly, grab this. Oh, wait, oh, what's happening? What the heck is going? Here we are. Okay, grab this. Yep. And put that in the old Discord so we can get some chats going on here. And it's going to be a fun old time. My name is Torn. I'm drawing zombies. Yes, zombies, but not just any zombies. A boar zombie, a fungus zombie, and a toxic zombie. That's what's going on today in the good old Vancouver, BC. It's cooler today than it has been for the past week, so that's nice. And womp, 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 womp. And what I have come to realize is that I finished the last one. Let's take a look at it quickly, shall we? Where are you? There you are. So there's the old one. There's the one I did last, I don't know, last weekend, I guess, maybe? Hoi! And it's got the zombie deep one, the zombie cat, and the zombie rocketeer. And I realized, as I was drawing the roughs, that if you compare this one, the final on the black and white is wider, and that's correct. So I have to do the same thing with this guy. So that means, what does it mean? It means moving some stuff around. Here is the boar. There's the mushroom in the background. And where's Toxic Guy? Where's Toxic? Oh, there's Toxic Guy. Okay. That's fine. Can't spell. Don't care. Okay. So, I guess, you know what maybe what I might do. I mean, it's always nice to have extra space, right? Maybe I should have done it on the bottom, though. Oh, hey, hello. This music is accurate for my... Okay, good. All right, now, help me. Nope, that's not what I want. I want to move the whole... Why can't... Oh, I see what's happening here. That's a me problem. Okay. Nope. Yes, there we go. That's what I want. All right, so what we're going to do... Let me I don't like this color. I hate it. Let's do the green. It's weird. Toxic green. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so what do we want? What do we want? What do we really want? Let's see if we can do a little better than that, I think. Okay, now, so these are our characters. We got to get them inside the... I guess maybe I should make a little white area. So let's do that now. This will be... Oh, actually, okay. Hang on, stand by. I'm gonna undo everything that I did, and now I'm gonna put the white on so I know. Am I missing some space here? No, I guess not. Okay. All right, so this is gonna be the white. Caitiff! This is late. I was about to go to bed. Well, you have every right. You have every right to go to bed. It's 9:30 here in Vancouver. All right, so this is our... So I can get rid of the toast layer now. This is our actual canvas. Nope. The white area here is our actual canvas. So let me center that. Now let me take our happy little mushrooms. You can still go to bed. You can watch this on your phone in bed, right? I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just providing the options. I had some... All right, so this is our... Oh, it's kind of like... Oh, that should be on the mushroom layer. I think, more or less. That's fine. Our toxic guy is going to be over here. We can probably increase his volume to some extent. Maybe like that. Make him nice and big. However, one of the things that my client said is he wants to add some arms onto the mushrooms. The mushroom guy. So let's imagine. Well, let me move my boar. Let me also embiggen my boar. So if my boar is coming out on that side, how much room does that give? Maybe that's something like that. Not too big. A little closer to the edge should be fine. And then boars can be any size, right? We don't care about that. All right, so mushroom. Let's get that nice green that I had going on here. And what is this? This is chisel nib, which is probably what I will use for the final. So that's great. Let's just increase to, I don't know, 50 is fine. I need, why do I feel so far away from the, I don't know what's happening right now. Yeah. So I had, he saw the previous live stream of my this everything I had drawn up to this point. And in that live stream, I had given the mushroom some arms. And then I erased them, took them away, because they were interfering with the composition of the other two guys. Save. But he said, can you add them back, if you don't mind? And I don't mind. But what does that mean? What if I feel like that plane, ground plane, which should be lower. Should be and can be lower. And maybe this part, just this part, a little higher. Almost to the tippy top. And then that can give us more room for some arms. So if we, what kind of arm? Like, I like the fact that they'd be growing up. But again, and I like the asymmetry that I had in the other ones. But so maybe we make this one lower. And just give them little mushroom fingers. How many? Doesn't matter. And then this one. Maybe only 3 on one hand. Hand, quote unquote. Arms made of mucus? What kind of mucus? I could have some drippings. Why am I drippings with goo? Although I like... Looking at my reference, let's go to my shroom references here. Let's make all of these yellow. That's the guy right there. This nice cool texture. Which I kind of sort of did a little bit. Or I inferred. Maybe we could get that texture on the arms. I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud here. Might work. Not sure. Let's undo that. But we'll try to keep it in mind if we remember. Alright, toxic. I think you're fine. So which one do we want to draw? Should I just do the mushroom? Maybe I'll just do the mushroom. Just do the mushroom. That'll be our zombie du jour. How is Catif today? Okay, so if that's the case, so let me get ready. So how do I feel about this composition? I feel it's fine. Maybe we put our mushroom just further away in the background? Maybe that'll offset a bit. I don't know. Where's the half point? 8.5 by 11. So this would be the half point, the halfway point, more or less. But I feel like there's more room. Let me try something. Let me flop just the mushroom. See how that works out. Is that going to work out better? No. No. What if I did one of those? It doesn't really make a difference, does it? No. Undo. I think we just adapt. Like we can make some of those less folly. Wrapping up some work. Why I was on the computer. How's Torin? Torin's okay. Torin is okay. Today I had a bubble tea, so that's always a good day. I had some salad rolls from the Vietnamese restaurant, and I had that was my dinner. And my breakfast was enchiladas and an horchata, and that was great. So it was a good food day, I'll tell you that much. And I rode my bike for about an hour to sell some of my magic cards. I sold 10 decks, 10 magic card decks that I made to somebody in town. And I rode my bike to deliver them for an extra $5. Which meant I got some exercise today. So all in all, pretty good. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this boar super transparent. We're going to make the toxic guy super transparent. We're going to get rid of the gas, I think. Let's just get rid of the gas altogether. And let's see about this mushroom. Okay, so new layer inside the mushrooms. This is going to be our blue layer. I always like to use, for some reason, I just started using blue for the finals. Oh, also, check this out. I got this yesterday. Look at that sticker. The new Darkest of the Hillside Thicket sticker with my Cthulhu artwork holding up the logo, the band logo. These I printed up for our big show on July 5th here in Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. Big headlining show at the Chilliwack Coliseum. Like 6 or 7 bands, and face painting, and tattooing. Just right at the rock show. You can get a tattoo. You can get a face paint. I think, and we're going to be selling our merch, including those stickers, CDs, T-shirts, brand new T-shirts, which I hope to be picking up within the next 2 weeks. Okay. All right. So we have our mushroom. We can put what happened. There we go. We can reduce our mushroom. Maybe we just get rid of the toxic guy for now. That should be fine. All right. This shouldn't be too difficult, right? Let's make that green. Let's just get rid of the boar too. I don't care. What a boar he is. What a bore that boar is. Okay, so let's move this one over here. Start from the... Even though it's digital, I believe I've discussed this before on one of my 20-minute monster live streams. Even though this is digital, I still tend to work... Oh, old habits die hard. Let me fix my microphone. Come on. When you're drawing on a piece of paper with pencil or ink, as a right-handed person, I start at the top left and work down to the bottom right so I don't smudge my artwork. So even though that's not going to happen in this digital drawing, that's still just what I do. So let's now go to a black. Let's start at 40. And then let me look at my references. These are the goopy ones. Good old goopies. Save that for later. Those have a nice texture as well around around the ridge, the rim. Roll up the rim to be sick. And then, what's this guy? More of the same. Whoops. Hello. What the heck? This guy. More of the same. Gloopy. I feel like you can see the scales a little bit more on that one. Kind of these, I don't know, those weird scales over here on the left. And then lastly, oh, that's beautiful. What a thing of beauty. You can see the scales on that one too. Okay, so that's all well and good. Yeah. Let's draw. Let us draw and enjoy the music. I need to get a shirt of tea. Well, I saw your Walk on the Moon video recently. Well, that's an oldie. That is an oldie. There's one we made in the 90s. You know, the t-shirts, well, since you brought it up, let me draw your attention to Threadless. For those people who are in the United States of America, Threadless is no thank you. Threadless is a website where you can get look at these. You can get this is the one that I'm getting printed locally. It's featuring my artwork from the 90s as well, and some of it's going to be glow in the dark. You can also get all these many other. You can get the cover of the Dukes of Alhazard. You can here's this guy here. We just saw him, but the colors are different. And these are all, and right now 15% off everything using code SUMMER15. So if you wanted a t-shirt, I think it's t-shirt. Look at that, Cthulhu Strikes Back. There's the Shadow Out of Tim cover art. Here's a good one. This is a good one. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Not my artwork, but based on a concept that I sketched out for the artist. Beautiful stuff. So that's all there at the darkest of the hillside tickets.threadless.com. And not only can you get shirts, you can get, look at that, you can get blankets, rugs. I don't recommend any of these artwork on rugs. Framed art prints. You can get stickers, magnets, notebooks, phone cases, mouse pads, all that stuff. So there you go. Since you brought it up, I thought I'd mention it. It's all available. Okay. Moving on. What happened to my pen? My pen! Okay. Sure. All right. Let me zoom out just a little bit because I want to keep this. Where's this one? What should I call him? Texture. And yeah. Look at those little filaments that come out at the bottom. That's pretty sweet. Not sure I'm gonna do that. I could do a little skirt around the bottom. You know, it's made up fantasy horror, so we can really do whatever I want. All right, so sure, okay. I guess we'll probably adhere to the same lighting as the previous one, which was just going straight down. Oops, wrong layer. Let's go to 45 brush size. Will the arms be slimy like the cap? Is the cap slimy? Oh, you mean the little things hanging on the... you know, it's a great question. I haven't thought that far ahead. I don't want to clutter it up too much, like maybe down here. But I don't want, if I got these fingers going up, I don't want to confuse the issue with too much business on the bottom of those hands. I mean, did I just draw the finger? I just drew them as a sketch, but maybe I'll just keep that. What is my eraser brush? Okay, good. That's what I want. Announced today on the old internet, I saw, is what do you call it? Spaceballs 2. New movie from Mel Brooks, who's 98, I think. Which is pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. I'm not sure. I mean, I mean, it's great that he's, you know, still working in 98. I hope I'm still working in 98, but not because I have to. You know what I'm saying? The Sentry from Thunderbolts is playing the lead. The Sentry from Thunderbolts. Haven't seen the Thunderbolts yet. That must be the new character. Isn't he supposed to be like Superman-ish? Maybe this one, I need more in the front. I can't have them all coming up from the side. And then here's the question. Let's look at some mushroom stalks. Those are boring mushroom stalks. All right, let me see. Mushroom stalks. Mushroom stalk texture? Is that going to come up with anything? Images. Just kind of dots, I guess. Which is what I was kind of drawing. A little bit of... Oh, pardon me. A little bit of like vertical... Oh my god. Oh, what's happening to me? Here we go. Here we go. This is okay. Just merging all kinds of mushrooms. Oh, that's the halfway point. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't care. Nobody cares. Alright, so this is... Like, it's kind of a... That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? Let me get rid of this. And that. And this. And... Let me just study this for a minute with my eyes. It does kind of have like... Friendly neighborhood. Whoa, hello. What happened there? Too close. Some kind of interesting thing going on. Like the first tier is just like uppy downy. The second tier is similar. You got this flange in the middle. And then the bottom is kind of like a... Almost like a crisscross. So that's kind of interesting. So I guess, I don't know, maybe just... I don't know, does that work? I feel like it kind of does. Textures. And, sure. There goes the Spiderous Man. So here's where I'm not sure how to... Oh, I just drew that in the wrong layer, as I love to do. Let's lock that layer. And we can merge those two. Do I draw the top of the cap? Let's get rid of that. Do I draw the top of the cap? See, I'm using this texture from my main reference here. Where is that texture? The texture one. But I don't really have it on the top, and I don't want to make it too busy. You know, I want... And what I've kind of drawn in the... All right, let me just try something. Let me just try something. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like what I've done in the sketch, though. Keep it loose. And then these things like are almost like really growing out of the holes almost. Growing right out of the holes. Something like that. And Guess that would make the edges a little more bumpy, wouldn't it? Would it? Up to a point? Something? Come back, eraser. So with that in mind, sure, let's make it black all the way to the bottom. And then we use our eraser. I want to get a texture on it, but the problem is that going to be, am I going all the way through? No, see, there's this little, it may not be a problem, actually. May not be a problem. So let's try that. Save my work. Same actor, Pullman, I think. I like the texture, makes it look more rotten. Rotten. It's a classic line from the Dark Crystal. Okay. Nope. Why is it not? It should be on eraser, not brush. Okay. And yes, hard round 25. Okay. So, like a little, I guess there is a little lip here. Which works fine. And then, oh God, this line is too gritty. That brush is not working for me. But I don't think any of the general brushes are not going to work. I don't think any of the rusty nibs, no, they're not going to work as erasers. None of my favorite rusty nib brushes are going to work as erasers. I'm on the eraser mode. And as soon as I select one, let's say the noisy nib, no, it automatically goes right back to brushes, so that won't help me. So eraser again, and I guess we go, the problem with this one, this is a line tool. That's got kind of a bit of a, but you see, oh, you see, let me show you. I erased a bit, and then if I erase again, you see it's not entirely, it takes 2 to get all the way through because there's an opacity to it. Now can I change that? It says it's already a 100 opacity, but that's just the brush quality. And I don't really want to F around with the brushes because something might go wrong and I'll be frustrated. So maybe I need to, maybe I guess I'll just have to use this super sketchy one. What about pencil clean? Let's try the same thing. Pencil clean. That's even more messy and also not 100% opaque. Okay, so we may have to. The choice is go with this one that has that has a lot of texture in the brush, or go for the one that doesn't have as much texture. Yeah. Maybe we do that. Right? Yeah, that's one. That one is 100% opaque. Okay. All right. Okay. Not ideal, but that's what's going to happen. So let's make it nice and big. I think it'll work. It's not too bad. It's rough enough. Let me grab this. Let's clean that up just a little bit. And then, this is not the most exciting. Eraser. Erase. Webby. It's pretty cool and gross texture, though. I think we can all agree on that. Especially when they start to get droopy at the bottom. Droopy. It's doing this, the ones on the side that are going to be a little more tricky. Because then you have to worry about volume. Let me zoom out a little bit. Almost like a spider web, right? I think that's kind of sort of working. I can embellish it a little bit. And what else is going on? The last stream I did was the Dark Sun Erdlu creatures, which I realized after I drew them that there was a slight problem. That I have to fix. Shouldn't take too long. I don't think I'll need to do a stream about it. Of it. Da, 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 da. And then I was thinking today, because I was dealing with magic cards, I was thinking about getting around to, getting around to drawing some tokens, doing 20-minute monster tokens as I had previously threatened on some of my 20-minute monster live streams. Okay. It's kind of working. Alright, let's go back to my brush. 15 is too small. Am I on the right one? The noisy nib. No, I don't want the noisy nib. I want chisel nib. Is that what I was using? No, I was using the chisla. Where's the chisla? There it is. Okay, great. Go back to 45-ish. Let's get this sorted out here. Okay. I think that's fine. Let's put some texture on these guys too. Why not? Who's gonna stop me? Little guy in the background, little creepy penises. And let's. So I guess we're done with the texture one, more or less. around, isn't it? There we go. Something like that. I don't know. And now we can do these gross things. These grody danglies. Ew, grody danglies. I think it's fine. Maybe we can, like, I like the way that they kind of flay out. Let's get that dimensionality to them. Like they should just be black, right? Da da da, something, something, something. Bump, bump, gotcha, man. Tobe, Tobe, gotcha, man. UK, UK, gotcha, man. Hitotsu, Chikyu, Hitotsu. We don't want any long ones on this side. Gotcha, man. Bam, 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 bam. Gotcha, man. Yeah. Tobe, Tobe, gotcha, man. UK, UK, gotcha, man. Chikyu, Hitotsu. Chikyu, Hitotsu. Oh, gotcha, man. Gotcha, man. Ba ya ta 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 ta. Guess we can have a little bit, just a little highlight on the edges and some of the thicker ones. Boit, 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 boit. It's a monster. I guess. Where's my new one? Yeah. Do I want to put a frill on it? Like this thing here? Oh, gosh darn it. Like this guy in the middle here. This little frill. It's kind of interesting. Would it make it more or less phallic? I don't know. Is that important? And if I did put it on, would it go above the arms or underneath the arms? In the whole composition, the toxic guy is kind of encroaching. Let's make the toxic guy, I don't know, red. So I can see a little bit. Like I want that arm to be a little bit higher, maybe? Let's take this arm and just move it up and out a little bit. Maybe here. I can erase that. I mean, it would be nice to have a repeat of the texture that I drew for the cap. I'm just trying to imagine where. It's got his little feeties. Huh. Well, let me... Let me do the arms, and I can think about it later. Oh, hello, I'm on red. It's kind of like a slug. Too much. Too much texture. It's distracting. Maybe just some speckles on the top. And then this guy. No, that looks weird. Let me just draw all the fingers first and then do the caps. The finger caps. Kind of like tree-like, right? Should I have one kind of more in front? Maybe I should have this one coming in more in front. So it's actually... Maybe that's too much. Something like that, perhaps? Does it look like a mushroom? Does this need the... No, that makes it look like he's got gloves on. Don't like it. Not going to work. But look at these little flanges here on this. Let me go up to the guy. The one that I locked. Just need that about. Like it has all these flanges, right? Not sure if there's a place to incorporate that. I'm kind of doing it on the this texture on the stalks. Right? Like this could all be... You know what I'm saying? And then like maybe the flange is here. That might work. Just as I sketch it out. Ulcers on the stalk? What does an ulcer look like? In this context. There's kind of flanges out here, right? Space for all this junk. I don't like it when I'm erasing and then my eraser suddenly stops erasing in mid-erase. That's not a thing I enjoy. Let me take a closer look at this. Zoom in. No. Unlock the layer. Now zoom in. Not sure. Missing flesh. Yeah, it is supposed to be zombie, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good point. You make a good point. I'm kind of not super feeling what I've drawn here, so maybe ulcers are indeed the answer. See, it's just stopped erasing. My computer's probably thinking of something. So like, just like some big gnarly bits. And then what's inside? More of these things. Dun, dun, dun. Like more. Oops. Make it less embiggened. Like more. It's just speculating about hypothesis here. ulcers. Is this an ulcer? Is this your ulcer, sir? I think... I'm not sure. I'll tell you right now, I'm not sure. But if these all go down here, like this, I feel like it's good for all this to be in blackness. Although we'll need to outline some of the grody bits, probably, to make them read. Yeah, maybe not. Come back to that. Ba 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 ba. Let me get rid of my... Just for a second. Oof. I forgot to draw the tips of the fingers on this guy. Let me get rid of my toxic guy. I don't mind the idea of the ulcers. I do mind the way that I've drawn them. Let me just do that for the time being. It's kind of cheap looking. I think maybe if we moved the ulcers down a bit, so they're not encroaching on the shadow too much. And I'm going to redraw those ulcers, but I do like the idea. It's a good idea. Thank you for contributing. This is artwork by committee. And I'm probably going to wrap it up. Don't think we'll get this entire mushroom done today, but we've started it off pretty good, I think. Not sure about, well, we'll come back to it. I'll do my red notes before I sign off. Texture. And then, yeah, do we need like the slimy things? It almost looks like dripping blood, which I'm not against. Maybe? Maybe? Boom, 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 boom. I don't hate it. I might come back to it. I keep it. Ya da da da. Ya da da da. Ya da da da. Let's bring back this guy. Yeah, I thought so. Getting a little too close there. I like it at the joints here. I think it's a good... kind of hide those joints. And then just put goopy droopies. The groupie droopy. Ladies and gentlemen, the groupie droopies. All right. So that is the beginning, if not the end, of our Mushroom Man. Zombie Mushroom Man. Yeah, I'm not sure about the ulcers. A little confusing to look at, but that's probably because of my rendering. There might be a better way to do it. Let's imagine for a moment. Doesn't seem to want to erase for more than like 2 seconds. Let's imagine that I put the striations all the way which I probably won't do. But just exploring, just experimenting for a second. If I did do that, then maybe some missing spots. With some other kind of texture. I don't know. Just thinking. No. No. Not that. Like I was thinking, like what? I don't know. Could have these bleeding bits, maybe. Maybe. Just kind of like. No, I don't like that either. Well, we're going to come back to it, everybody. Yeah, undo. Maybe the easiest way is just to undo. Get rid of those lines for now. And we will come back another day. And now I'll put on my red. So I can have notes. Maybe fix that part. And maybe, I don't know. We were looking at some ulcers. Maybe I do. Maybe. That almost looks like a Halloween face. Maybe I just do it in a different way. It'll be more. But again, what's the difference in texture there? Don't know. Something to consider. Something to consider. And then, yeah, I don't know. I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. But we'll see. Spots, rotten spots. Yeah, I think I'm happy with everything on the top. I think I'm happy with the arms. And, that's all I really have to say about it. Like and subscribe. Find me on the social media. I've submitted. Hopefully I've pre-included. I meant to on my platform where I stream. I put in all the stuff that would go in the. If I just do this some more, would that help? All my links in the description should already be there by the time I end my stream. So, with that in mind, I wish you a happy rest of your Saturday. I will see you soon for more exciting adventures in drawing stuff. Here's my boar. Here's my toxic zombie. Bloated toxic zombie. And until such time, yeah, my DeviantArt. I don't put anything on my DeviantArt anymore because of AI scrapage. Sad but true. But we'll talk more about that next time, maybe. Cthulhu Inc., you're exactly in time for me to say aye and goodbye. And I will see you next time on the internet.